Welcome back. Welcome to my channel. This is GuitarMadeEZ.com, where I'm going to teach you and all your friends how to play the guitar, helping others learn how to rock, melt faces, and change the world with their music. If you're into that, make sure to subscribe to my channel. And the only thing I'm going to ask from you in return is just click that little like button and like this video. Now, in the last video, I showed you the proper way how to learn guitar chords, especially if what you've been doing isn't really working. Well, this video is going to be pretty informal, not going to lie. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all the chords in the handout I gave you. So if you've really been struggling with understanding how to get your hand to make those shapes in the diagrams I gave you on the sheet, then this video is really going to help you out. Most of all, we're just going to talk and rap about guitar chords and life. So yeah, 2 tidbits or nuggets of information before we move on. Number 1, your fingers are going to hurt, your hands are going to ache, your fingertips will actually bleed, but that is no excuse, that is zero excuse to stop practicing these chords and stop learning the guitar. If you take a break for a few weeks, all that hard work is lost, so keep at it. And number 2 is going to be down strums only. I know a lot of you, when you make a chord, you want to down, up, or do a really complicated strumming pattern like down, or something like that, but don't. All we want to see are down strums. You really want to focus on your fretting hand and not really worry about this hand, your strumming hand, at this point. We'll worry about those crazy strumming patterns later. So I think it's time to begin. So the very first chord we have is going to be a C major chord. How we fret a C major chord is we take our pointer finger, we put that on the first fret on the B string, we take our middle finger and put that on the 2nd fret on the D string, and our ring finger is going to go on the 3rd fret on the A string. We don't play that E string, we just don't play it. Don't play it. We don't. We don't. Now what we're going to do is we're going to strum 5 strings. So, just like that. Sometimes when you're strumming, if you go hard soft, it kind of gives it a cool little feel. And a lot of songs actually use this rhythm. It actually reminds me of a song from the 90s. My voice is awful, but I'm going to try to sing it for you. Are these times contagious? I'm not going to do that to you right now. I can play, I just can't sing. Sorry. The next chord is a D major chord. It's just 4 strings we're going to strum. So it's the D, the G, the B, and the E. And what we're doing there is we're taking our ring finger, putting that on the 3rd fret on the B string. Our middle finger is going to go on the 2nd fret on the E string, and then our pointer finger is going to go on the 2nd fret on the G string, and we strum the D through the E. So when you're going from a C chord to a D chord, you got to remember that you're only strumming 5 strings for the C, and then you're only going to be strumming 4 strings for the D. You don't want to strum that A string right there. I guess you can in this chord, but usually you wouldn't. Just make it those 4 strings. Next is G. G is going to be your middle finger on the 3rd fret on the E string. Pointer finger is going to go on the 2nd fret on the A string. Your ring finger is going to go on the 3rd fret on the B string, and your pinky is going to go on the 3rd fret on the E string. Right there. Those 2 strings right there, if you look at the diagram, you can see that they have circles, which means they're open, so you want to let them ring. Okay? Whenever I think of a G chord, I always think of Green Day's Good Riddance. That song has a very simple pattern. It's just a G, a C add 9, and then a D, Strumming pattern is a little bit more complicated. We'll get to that later. The next chord is an A minor chord. Ooh, it's minor. Ooh. It's got kind of an ominous feel. The reason for that, I don't want to confuse you right now, is because you have minor chords that are sad sounding, kind of ominous sounding, and then you have major chords that are happy sounding. They're happy. So for an A minor, it's going to be 5 strings. It's going to be the A string, and then our middle finger is going to go on the 2nd fret on the D string. Our ring finger goes on the 2nd fret on the G string. Pointer finger is going to go on the 1st fret on the B string, and then an open E. Now this shape is cool because if I move the same formation, the same shape over a string, so I'm just going to go from here to here and strum all 6 strings, we have an E major chord. A minor, E major. You'll probably hear this a lot in flamenco music. Now E minor, okay? We just take our pointer finger off. If we have an E major chord, take your pointer finger off. You have an E minor. Hear the difference? Happy, sad. E minor. E major, happy. E minor, sad. That's an easy one. If you know E major, you'll know E minor. Just take your pointer finger off. To go through it though, open E, 2nd fret, middle finger's on the 2nd fret on the A string, ring fingers on the 2nd fret on the D string, and then you have an open G, B, and E. That's your E minor. Then you have your A major. That's an open A, and then your pointer finger's on the 2nd fret on the D string, your middle finger is on the 2nd fret on the G string, and your ring finger is on the 2nd fret on the B string, and then open E. Right there, okay? Now these are a little bit hard, some of these, because you really have to bunch your fingers together. If you have really big hands, you might struggle with this. You'll get it, but you might struggle with it a little more than somebody like me who has normal sized hands. But also make sure that the pad of your ring finger doesn't mute that E string. You want to hear that ring. Now the way we can fix this is if we arpeggiate each note. Arpeggiate, we play each string individually. Make sure it sounds great. All those strings ring perfectly. So I got it. If I had an issue, let's say that top E it sounded like that, it wasn't ringing, I'd go back and I'd look at that string and I'd say, why isn't it ringing? And then I would know just to lift my ring finger a little bit so I can let it ring, because the pad of my ring finger tends to hit that top E string. Now C add 9, this chord is used in so many beginner songs. It's crazy for being kind of a very niche chord, and I just use it because literally it's in Wonderwall, it's in Green Day's Time of Your Life or Good Riddance, it's in so many songs, and those are kind of like beginner songs, so I threw it in on this sheet. You'll see it a lot. You'll see how this shape is very similar to a G shape. You basically make a G and then just take these 2 fingers right here and move them over a string. Okay, so we have our middle finger is on the 3rd fret A string, our pointer finger's on the 2nd fret D string, we play the G string open, and then we have our ring finger on the 3rd fret B string, and our pinky is going to be on the 3rd fret E string. Play 5 strings, A through E. We have D minor. D minor is 4 strings. It's going to be an open D. We take our middle finger and put that on the 2nd fret on the G string, our ring finger on the 3rd fret on the B string, pointer finger on the 1st fret on the E string. Right there. Now you have an E7. E7 is easy because if you make an E again, you just remove a different finger. You're going to remove your ring finger off the strings. It's got a bluesy kind of feel. 7th chords have kind of that bluesy feel. A lot of 12-bar blues progressions use 7th chords. So you have an E major, which we learned before. Take your ring finger off and you have an E7 chord. Hear that? It's our open E string. We have our middle finger on the 2nd fret on the A string, open D string, 1st fret on our pointer fingers on the 1st fret on the G string, and then open B and open E. Hear that? Now we have an A7. I just played an A7 in that 12-bar blues progression. So an A7 you can make a couple different ways. You can make an A chord, I don't know why, whatever. So you make an A chord and then just take your middle finger off the strings. Hear the difference? A major, A7. A little bit of a difference. You can hear it. Or sometimes I even play it where I take my pointer finger and I put that on the 2nd fret on the D string. I play an open G string, and then I take my middle finger instead of my my ring finger, and I take my middle finger and I put that on the 2nd fret on the B string. And that's another finger I'm gonna kind of use, but go by the one in the worksheet. That's by the book. That's going to build you the best foundation possible. Now we have a D7. It's kind of like a D chord, but the shape is almost backwards. So instead of having our ring finger on the 3rd fret on the B string, we're going to switch that shape up, and we switched our fingers up a little bit too. It's an open D. Our middle finger is going to go on the 2nd fret on the G string. And then pointer finger is going to go on the 1st fret on the B string, and then ring fingers on the 2nd fret on the E string. Okay, 4 strings, D, G, B, and E, just like that. Now this is the one that kicks everyone's butt. I don't care who you are. It's tough. I'm not going to lie, guys. It's tough. It's an F major chord. Well, how you want to learn your F chord is you want to start small. The part that kills everybody is you have to bar, which means you have to press down really hard and hit 2 strings with 1 finger. That's your pointer finger. Your pointer finger's doing kind of a lot of work, and then the rest of your fingers fall into place, and it's a little bit awkward, I'm not gonna lie. So when you first learn it, focus on barring both the B and the E string with your pointer finger. Let's take it 1 string at a time. So now I want you to take your middle finger and put that on the 2nd fret on the G string. All right, we have 1 more string. We're doing this in increments, okay? So it's pretty difficult. We're gonna learn it just piece by piece and then piece it all together. Now we wanna take our ring finger and put that on the 3rd fret on the D string. Right there. We have an F major chord right there, folks. Now you can make it a little bit more elaborate if you like. This is all that you need to know though, and this is all I really want you to know right now. But as time goes on, you can make your ring finger go to the 3rd fret on the A string and take your pinky and put that on the 3rd fret on the D string. Sounds a little bit more full, right? As opposed to, if you want to go for the full gusto, guys, you can make a bar chord, and this is what kills people. People literally quit guitar over trying to learn bar chords. You don't have to know them, but if you want to progress as a rhythm guitarist or just get better at guitar, you get to a point where you do need to know bar chords. And that would be your 6 strings, your 6-stringed F, or your F major chord, or I've got all these kind of stupid nicknames for chords, so bear with me. I'll probably get a lot of people saying, bro, I Googled it. I can't find a 6-string F anywhere. That's not what it's called. That's just what I call it. Okay? So that is your F bar chord, F major bar chord right there. 2 more, and then we're done. Can you believe it? Now we have our B major chord, and that's going to be, this one's tough as well. I'd say the F's a little bit more complicated, but then a close second would be the B major chord. Take your pointer finger, put that on the 2nd fret on the A string, then take the pad of your ring finger and you gotta hit the D, the G, and the B string. Right there, that's your B chord. And then last but not least, we have your B minor, which is, it's similar, it's not the same, but this one I actually think is easier than the B major chord. So once again, pointer finger on that 2nd fret on the A string, ring finger on the 4th fret on the D string, pinky is on the 4th fret on the G string, and then your middle finger is going to go on the 3rd fret on the B string, and then I'm going to use the pad of my finger all the way back here, and I'm going to hit that E string with my pointer finger. There, hear that? Sounds really ominous. Ominous and sad. That was all 15 chords, guys. If you have any questions whatsoever, throw them in the comments right now. I want to hear from you guys. I want to answer your questions. I want to make videos for you to help you learn how to play the guitar. I also want to help fix the problems that you've been struggling with. So reach out to me. I want to know what you need. I'm here for you. That is it, guys. Once again, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I have more stuff coming. This is one of the videos of my Guitar on Lockdown playlist. Check out the playlist. I'll put a link for it up at the top. Tons of videos that are out there to help you learn how to play the guitar from scratch. Once again, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I really hope you guys are staying safe, and I hope you're healthy. And most of all, keep practicing and keep rocking. See you on the next one. Thanks.